and then you start getting your lurker upgrade ASAP. And I'm doing this because I know after this Reaver Dragoon push, he's going to transition into normal PvP or PvZ, because Dragoon Reaver is not really ideal for the whole game. So now I'm going to engage right here because his Reaver's not here. Mutas can soak up a lot of damage for for those Dragoons, and he gets a very good Reaver shot off. So he picks off a lot of my Hydras with just one Reaver, but I took out both of his Reavers. So even though he has so many Dragoons right now, any push he does will be nullified without that Reaver. So now he's going to try and push, but I'm just going to be able to really reinforce very quickly, just because I have such a good economy right now and so many hatcheries. And notice how he expands as he attacks. What a Protoss always does, and basically this is one of the fundamentals of StarCraft, is to expand when you're attacking. So a lot of times, if you're Zerg, since you have such a mobile force, you can get a few Zerglings to just stop an expansion while he's attacking you. And he can't really deal with it because he doesn't keep units back at home. So you'll be able to see that happening later in this game. And you should always do it as much as possible. So I should have tried to stop that expansion. Unfortunately, I lost all of my units very quickly, so I wasn't able to stop that expansion. It's very annoying when the Protoss gets a third gas in their third expansion, because that's when their power increases exponentially. So you don't want to get them. You really don't want to let them get a third. But if they get a third, you're not. I mean, it's still okay as long as you don't let them take any more bases. So he's got those Templar out right now. Probably don't have energy or the upgrade, so I snipe a few since there's just so many Dragoons. I can't really do much damage. So right now he's got so many Dragoons, so he could actually attack me, but I have taken out a bunch of his I've taken out maybe 2 or 3 observers already, I think. So it would be pretty ineffective for him to attack me at this point since I have lurkers out. And right now I do have my 4th expansion up right now. When your 4th expansion finishes, you want to get your Queen's Nest somewhere in that time zone. Which is, I mean, that's a general rule of thumb. Definitely when you're playing ZvP, you don't want to always get, I mean, because there's always different circumstances where you get your hive at. But in general, getting your hive in your Queen's Nest when your 4th finishes is a pretty good idea, I think. So I do have that mineral only right now, but that's really not going to help me that much. I really have to get a gas expansion to be able to fight off that Protoss 3 gas Protoss. So I really need to get another gas expansion. So when you're getting your next expansion, you always want to think about getting the expansion of a natural, because after you fortify an expansion at a natural, you can easily take the main. So now he's going to start harassing me, but it's not going to be too effective. I've got so many hatcheries right now that I can easily replace those drones fairly quickly, but still, harass is very annoying and makes me produce units a lot slower, and he takes out a lot of drones, so my economy is temporarily stinted. And it's basically just very annoying. So this player was pretty good in harassing. I take out a shuttle. What I didn't realize is there was a small hole that he hid his Templar in behind my 3rd base. And later he took that out and kept storming my drones. It was very, very annoying and very effective. So since your overlords have speed, always make sure they're all around the map. So you can see I have them basically on all the routes he can attack me. I also have one where he can take that mineral base at 12 o'clock. So I'm just making sure that he doesn't expand, and I'm just making sure that I know his troop movements at all time. So he attacks me again with that storm, with that High Templar. And now my hive is finished, so I'm just going to make adrenal glands, get my defiler mound. You generally want to get your defiler mound before a Ultralisk Cavern. I know a lot of you guys feel more comfortable with Ultralisks, but you have to learn how to use defilers to get good at them. So always get that defiler mound, because they come into play a lot earlier and allow you to effectively shut down Protoss aggression while Ultralists will need those upgrades and a lot of Ultralists in order to be effective. So now I've got these Mutalisks, I see a ton of High Templars, so I'm going to snipe as many as I can. Even if I don't snipe many, he's going to be wasting a bunch of his Storms, which makes my Hydras a lot more effective. You really have to do this though, because if you see how much of my army is composed of Hydralisks, you can't let Storm eat those up, because Storm will absolutely devour Hydralisks. Now he can't really engage that, he doesn't have Storm, so it doesn't really matter that I clumped them all up on that bridge. And now I'm going to take another expansion, since I know that I'm going to be able to shut down this attack pretty easily. So at this point I saw an opportunity to pick off observers, but I misclicked, so I wasn't able to pick it off. And now I'm just going to keep pushing with my aggression. Since I took out a lot of his Storm, I took out a lot of his High Templar, so I know that this could be potentially a good time to attack. So I thought there might have been something in there, so I just took out the shuttle for safe, just to be safe. I missed taking out that last observer, because he killed my Overlord, but I still get to use my troops over there, and he can't really engage me. And I'm being very annoying just because I'm standing right where his rally point is. And just make sure you keep getting your upgrades. I think he stormed me again. I wasn't really watching, but I have a lot of drones already ready. And I'm just going to continue sending my units everywhere. He's expanding again. I know eventually he's going to push out and kill these units, so I'm going to retreat. You can see he's stormed right there. Pretty wasted storm. And I'm going to shut down that expansion attempt over there. So yeah, he just kept harassing me. It was a very, very annoying player. But I'm going to get my Defilers and Ultralists pretty out, and after that I get very strong. Generally, the Protoss is going to be very strong mid-game, and after late game, if you get a good economy, it'll be very hard for a Protoss to deal with you. But right now, he has been doing some pretty good harass, so he's been slowing me as much as possible. And I'm just continuing to pick off as many High Templars as I can with these mutas. So it's always effective to use these mutas as best you can. So I don't manage to pick off that last Templar, but I've got my Defilers out right now, and I realize the majority of his army is composed of Dragoons, so Darkstorm is going to be very effective in this battle. You can see I got a lot of mineral surplus right now. So ideally, at this point in time, you would want to add a ton of hatcheries and be able to produce mass Zerglings. But I didn't really add hatcheries. I'm pretty sure, because I wasn't using my larva too effectively. But still, yeah, if you have mineral surplus, just get a couple more hatcheries. It'll really help you a lot. So I'm just fortifying this expansion, getting a Nidus Canal over there, which will help me later in the game to defend that expansion. I'm not really sure where his troops are right now, so I sent a couple of Overlords to move. And now I want to engage because he's in a line formation while I am in a semi-arc. But he has some very, very nice storms on all my lurkers, and my Hydralisk obviously can't do damage under there. So that was a very bad battle by me. I wasted a lot of units, engaged in a not very ideal situation. So now he's going to try and take advantage of that and attack me. He's got a huge army advantage right now, and somehow all my drones at that expansion keep dying. I don't really know what keeps happening to them, but it was very, very annoying to just go back to that expansion and realize all the drones were dead again. So this player was a very, very annoying player. And now I'm just going to back off, wait for some reinforcements to come in, and use this Dark Swarm to hold him off until I'm ready to attack. And you can see I've already started taking that main at 1 o'clock, devour Mutalisks, and then I can send more Zerglings to attack. This is a situation a lot of Protoss get in when they have tons and tons of Dragoons, but they just run out of Zealots, and that's when Cracklings become very cost efficient and very effective in taking out those Dragoons. So he's trying to take that expansion at mineral only at top right, or at 12 o'clock, but since I made 4 Zerglings there, I am going to be able to take that out. Because he's so busy attacking me, he doesn't really have any means of defending that. Because I can see he's been sending reinforcements all the time. And this is a very good move by the Protoss here. He attacks my mineral only at the same time he attacks my 3rd base. So I take out